ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। Hare Krishna, welcome back to the Bhagavad Gita study group. Thank you all for joining. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Atha Shodashodhyayah. Today we are starting with the 16th chapter. Okay, the 16th chapter is called The Divine and the Demoniac Natures. Okay. This chapter has great value for seekers, for purity of mind. If I want to progress on the path of spirituality, my heart must transform, correct? I might have all the knowledge, but if my heart does not transform, then there is absolutely no use of all that knowledge, correct? Even if I have the best seed, the seed requires fertile soil. नहीं तो वो स्प्राउट होगा क्या? नहीं. Jesus Christ tells us about a story of a farmer. Okay, this farmer, he had exceptional quality seeds. Okay, absolutely the best seeds, and he took those seeds and he threw them everywhere. Right? The seeds that he threw in fertile soil, right, on fertile land, those seeds, they grew, right? They became fantastic crop. The other seeds which he threw on infertile soil or on rocky land, those seeds did not sprout. Right? So please keep this in mind. The 15th chapter gave us lots of information. In fact, what did Krishna say? He said the chapter by itself is Shastra. Right? The 15th chapter answered many of our fundamental questions. So our theory is complete. Correct? But for that knowledge to actually bring about transformation in me as a person, then I must know what to do and what not to do. I must understand what are the virtues that I should protect, that I should cherish, and what is it that I should completely avoid. Right? We saw in the 15th chapter that when I die, my physical body dies, right? But my Atma continues its journey. So when my Atma moves on to the next body, it takes with it all the sanskars, all the impressions, right? All the desires, the thoughts from the previous life. So in the new birth, I have very specific, tailor-made likes and dislikes. Very specific rag and dvesh. Correct? And these are based on the emotions of my previous life. Based on that, I get a new birth. And in this new birth, based on those same emotions, I do further karma. And this karma will bind me again in karma bandhan. Please remember, we are in karma yoni. So whatever karma I do will bind me in karma bandhan. Okay? Wherever I have the power to make a conscious choice, that action will bind me. But also true is the fact that when I do an action without having the power to make a conscious choice, in that action, I don't get karma bandhan. Okay, I don't get reaction. So if I'm in a dog body, or if I'm in a plant body, or if I'm a little baby, right? I'm not making conscious choices. So there is no punya, no pap. So as a little girl, if I troubled my mother, okay, I have nothing to worry about. I will not get pap. But today, if I trouble my mom, then today I'm making a conscious choice. It is my decision to trouble her, so I will incur sin. Okay, so please understand, whenever there is a conscious human effort, we will get papa or punya. Okay, so in my dreaming state, I'm free from papa and punya, but in my awake state, I am responsible. Okay, if I make a conscious choice, I am responsible. Why? Because as human beings, we can comprehend, we can think, we can rethink. कि भाई मुझे ये करना चाहिए कि नहीं करना चाहिए. Am I doing the right thing? So because I have this ability, this intelligence, this sense of comprehension, right? Because I have buddhi, therefore I am responsible. So whenever I make a conscious choice, then I'm responsible for all my actions. Please remember, animals cannot, be responsible for what they do. Because they are from bhog yoni. They are carried by nature. Okay, bhog means experience karna. Right? So, birth in a bhog yoni means an animal is born to experience uska past karma. So, in my last life, if I lived like an animal, now I get an animal body to experience. In my last life, if I craved to be a devata, and so if I accumulated tons and tons of punya, then I will go to Swargalok, and that is also a bhog yoni, right? A yoni, a birth to experience all the great pleasures. Only human birth is karma yoni. Only human birth is a birth where I am in full control of my actions. It could be very, very hard because my vasanas may be very, very strong. My prarabdha, my purva janam ke karya, my destiny may be very strong. So influences in my life could be very, very strong, but I always have free will. What I do is entirely my decision. So the responsibility to conquer all my vasanas, to conquer my sinful tendencies is mine. My responsibility. Only I can make that effort. And if I put in an honest effort, please remember, he sitting up there watching me will make sure that I succeed. Right? Look at Duryodhan. Obviously his prarabdha was very, very good, no? That's why he was born into so much wealth, so strong, so aristocratic, so beautiful. But unfortunately he had no control over his greed and his anger. Another one, Ravan, right? We all hear super intelligent, super wealthy, right? He had so much more than what any of us could ever dream of. But unfortunately, no control over his lust. So his prarabdha was also very good, but his vasana, his prakruti, his inherent nature, his swabhav was the reason for his downfall. And please remember, if he wanted to, he could have taken good advice and he could have controlled his svabhav. Right? So always remember, because of our prarabdha, right, because of our past actions, we have a stockpile of papa and punya. And that we don't have control over. Okay? We have no control over what we've done in the past. We simply must accept the sukha and the dukkha that we are getting. That is our destiny. Where we are born, who our parents are, how much wealth we have, right? How intelligent we are, how we look. All of that is our prarabdha. That we cannot change, right? If we have a lot of financial issues in our life, if we have a lot of health issues in our life, all of this is our prarabdha. Our past karma phal staring us in our face. But as of today, my nature is under my control. My svabhav is under my control. Right? No doubt we are born with a particular nature, particular svabhav. But think of it like a river. Okay? A river is flowing in a particular direction. Correct? That is our prakruti. For a long time we are just flowing. We are doing whatever our svabhav is compelling us to do. But one day we have to stop and realize, why am I simply flowing? Don't I have free will? Right? I have free will. So if I have free will, then I should stop and think, why am I aimlessly just flowing? I can build a dam. I can build a canal. Hai ki nahi? I can store this water. I can divert this water. It will not be easy. Right? But it is something that I can do with effort. Purush prayatna. Purushartha. Right? And I can do this only in a human body. In all other species, I simply must go with the flow. Am I clear so far? Yeah? So the blessing of a human birth is that by His mercy, I get good association. Okay, Satam Krupa. It all starts with mercy from some devotee. Right? Because of mercy, I get good association. I get to read some fantastic books. I get some clarity. And then I can actually use my discrimination and do what I'm supposed to do and not do what I'm not supposed to do. Okay? Shastra gives us clarity. And after Krishna has told us 15 chapters of Shastra, in the 16th chapter what he's doing is, he starts explaining what qualities are divine and what qualities are demoniac. Daivi Prakruti, Asuri Prakruti. Daivi Prakruti will lead me towards Dharma. Asuri Prakruti takes me away from Dharma. Right? So the essence of this chapter is very, very simple. This chapter is telling us, please understand yourself. Recognize your innate nature. Right? Understand कि भाई मुझ में अच्छा क्या है और बुरा क्या है. And then work hard to encourage all the good and suppress the bad. Itna kar lo and go back home. Right? In fact, many times in the Bhagavad Gita already Krishna has spoken about prescribed values and virtues, right? About the good qualities. Chapter 2 he spoke about Sthita Prajna ke Lakshan. Chapter 12 he sang the Bhaktashtakam, right? My favorite. I always feel that if we don't know what the Bhagavad Gita is all about, just read the 8 verses of the 12th chapter. And that is all. Bas itna samajh lo to bahut hai. 13th chapter he gave us qualities of a jnani. 14th chapter he spoke about qualities of a person who has managed to get over the 3 modes. Gunatit. Right? 15th chapter, Nirmana Moha Jita Sangha Dosha Adhyatma Nitya Vinivritta Kamaha Dvandver Vimukta Sukha Dukha Samner Gachantya Mudha Padamavyayam Tat. Right? He told us exactly what qualities we need if we need to go back home, go back to those lotus feet. So in this chapter, what he's going to do is, this is called divine and demoniac. But he said, okay, अब मैंने है ना divine तो तुमको बहुत सारा बोल दिया है, right? So divine qualities मैं छोटे में बताऊंगा, okay, only in brief. But in this chapter, Krishna is going to explain the demoniac qualities in great details. Okay? And when we listen to the good and the bad, good में है ना normally आता है कि यार ये है ना मुझ में है, हाँ ये भी है ना मुझ में है, ये भी है ना मुझ में है. Demoniac में ना आता है ये है ना मेरे पति में है, ये है ना मेरे in-laws में है, ये है ना मेरे बहन में है. Let's not do that, please. Okay? Please remember, spiritual journey is a personal journey. The good in me, the bad in me. Okay? So let's listen very carefully so that we can cultivate the good and suppress the not so good. Okay? So we'll start doing the verses. Today we'll probably only complete a few good qualities. Next week onwards we'll start looking at the demoniac qualities. Okay? There are 3 verses to start with together, but we will do only one verse at a time. Okay? Please start. Verse number 16.1. Chapter 16, verse 1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Abhayam Sattva Samshuddhir Jnana Yoga Vyavasthitihi Danam Damascha Yajnascha Swadhyayas Tapa Arjavam. Now the reason I broke up each word is we need to remember these words. Okay? So I'm going to take each word by itself. The first one, Abhayam. Abhay. Bhay is fear. Abhay. No fear. I am not afraid. When we have no concern for what is happening in my life currently or what will happen in the future. I'm not concerned about present miseries or future miseries. Please remember, when do I have bhai? When am I fearful? When I'm attached to something. Right? Because when I'm attached to something, I'm scared that I'm going to lose it. So attachment leads to fear. Krishna has already said, Asanga shastrena dhrudena chitva. है ना? Detachment के साथ सारा कुछ कट कर लो. ये मटीरियल लाइफ की जो बंधन है, डिटैचमेंट की स्वॉर्ड के साथ कट कर दो. When I have excessive attachment, I am afraid. I'm very attached to my wealth. I'm attached to my social standing, my bodily comforts. So when I'm attached to all of it, I'm scared that I'm going to lose it one day. Right? So Krishna has given us the solution. Detachment and surrender to God. Depend on the mercy of Krishna. Be fully convinced that Krishna is always with you. He's seeing everything that you do and he will take care. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. For that, please remember, you have to be also conscious of the fact that he's watching everything that you do. Right? I read something very interesting. Jyotish Shastra. Right? We call astrology Jyotish Shastra, right? I was reading Prabhupada's one purport. It was phenomenal. It blew my mind off. Why is it called Jyoti Shastra? Jyoti refers to sun, moon, stars. है ना? Please listen. Jyoti, light, refers to sun, moon, stars. Right? Whatever we are doing in our life, the sun or the moon or the stars are constantly watching. And because they're watching, they're noting our karmas, and that is why our astrology, our destiny is getting affected. It is beautiful. So please remember that God is always watching us. And then if we are confident that I am surrendered to God's will, then there is nothing to fear. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. Right? Did Prahlad ever worry ki yaar, who is going to protect me? No, he just knew. Right? He knew I will never be alone. Krishna will always be with me and he will protect me. This conviction is called Abhayam, fearlessness. Remember that little boy Gopal who was crossing the forest in our story? Right? He was so convinced कि Madhu Bhaiya is always watching out for him. And whenever he felt fear, what did he feel? He felt the presence of Madhu Bhaiya. He saw that beautiful dark complexioned curly hair, pitambar rang ki dhoti pehne hue, है ना, हाथ में मुरली, सर पे मोर पंख, delicate anklets in his feet. He saw him, didn't he? So always know, abhayam, fearlessness, comes when we know deep inside कि राखे कृष्णा मारे के, मारे कृष्णा राखे के. Right? So fearlessness. Once we get into devotion, the first quality that a devotee has is fearlessness. It does not mean that he goes doing stupid things. It does not mean that he drives his car at 120, does not wear a seat belt and goes on the wrong side of the road. No, that is stupidity. Please remember, you have to drive within the driving limit, right? You start your gadi with a prayer. You maintain your gadi in good condition. You be alert when you're driving, right? You take care of everything that you have to do. And then remember, everything else which is not in your control, Krishna will take care of. Right? So, abhayam, knowing deep within that he is going to take care of me, leads to abhayam. Please remember, we're living in Kali Yuga. Nothing is ever enough. Somebody has millions lying in his bank account and he says, oh my God, I might live till 100, right? I might have huge hospital bills. The children might need something. The children may not be successful. This nonsensical worry. All of this is beyond our control. So it is nonsensical worry. This bhai, a non-devotee has. Abhayam is what a devotee has. कि मैंने अपना पुरुषार्थ कर दिया. मैंने जितना बच्चों को चाहिए उतना संभाल के रख लिया. जितना मैं कर सकती थी मैंने कर लिया. Now, time for me to focus on the Lord. Right? So, abhayam, first quality of a devotee. Next, sattva samshuddhir. Sattva, अपना जो अंदर का essence है, right? We can call it man. उसको साफ रखना. The state of inner cleanliness. We need to internally purify ourselves. That happens at different levels, right? It starts with association. If we have good association, then automatically Gita ka study ho jata hai, chanting ho jata hai, festival celebration ho jata hai, Ekadashi fast ho jata hai na? Slowly, steadily, as we watch what others are doing, we also start feeling कि यार I also want to do this. है ना, मन में आता है कि यार शीतल तो कितनी बार 56 भोग करती है, एक बार है ना मुझे भी करना है. Right? I also want to dress my deities beautifully. So very soon we start experiencing purity of mind. Very soon, instead of meeting friends at the latest hangout, we start inviting each other to a religious celebration at each other's place. Right? Please remember, I am not saying that going out with friends to a kitty party or a dinner is wrong. It is not wrong. But don't let it take away from whatever you think is right. Right? The mind is so chanchal, the mind is so easy to distract. So beware. Hang out with the right people, right? And very soon everybody together will make spiritual advancement. Like that little boy Narad. You all know the story? Before he became Narad Muni, in his previous birth, he was the son of a maid servant. He was only 5 years old. Right? Luckily, by God's will, it was Chaturmas, and 4 sadhus came and stayed in the same place where his mother was working as a maid servant. Chota sa bachcha, koi kaam dham nahi tha. So what did he do? He started serving those 4 people. Right? Just 4 months of association. Please remember, only 4 months of association with exalted sadhus completely changed his life. Association is potent. Just 4 months of association and thoda bahut seva. He became from a maid servant's boy to Devarshi Narad. Right? So always be in a space where your mind can stay calm, where your mind can stay pure. Okay, so Sattva Samshuddhir. Third item, Jnana Yoga Vyavasthitihi. Always try and cultivate Jnana. Always try and get more and more knowledge about who am I? What was I put here to do? So be engaged in Shravanam and Kirtanam. Jnana you can get from Guru, from Sadhu, from Shastra. Right? And when you get Jnana, if you know a little bit, please preach. Preach with logic and with understanding. And if you don't have enough Jnana, then hear more and more. Even if you have Jnana, never stop hearing. But the more you hear, the more you should share, because your own foundation will become thoda bahut solid. Right? So if we want to understand spiritual principles, we have to study scripture. We have to listen to Sadhu and to Guru. Okay? So Jnana Yoga Vyavasthitihi, we have to make a concentrated effort to cultivate knowledge. Okay? So that's the third item. Fourth item, Danam, charity. Give to a good cause. Give to needy people. And when you give, do it with humility. Okay, the 17th chapter will teach us how to do dan. Do it with humility. Do it with gratitude. Ki thank you God, you've given me so much ki I can be of some small help to somebody. We've done that story, right? Karna dan kaise deta hai aur Arjun dan kaise deta hai. Right? I'll say it in very, very short, right? Once Arjun is very upset कि Krishna जब भी दान की बात आती है ना, कर्ण को बड़ा प्रेस करते हैं, मैं भी तो बड़ा दानी हूँ. So Krishna says, okay, Arjun, वो वहां पे देखो, there's this mountain of gold, go give it in charity to the villagers. तो अर्जुन क्या करता है? चढ़ता है mountain के ऊपर, है ना? And bit by bit he starts pulling out gold. आदमी को देखता है, इसको है ना इतना देता हूँ, इसको है ना इतुसा देता हूँ, इसको है ना और ज्यादा देता हूँ. Right? So bit by bit, Arjun looks at the person and gives it to that person. Krishna then calls Karna. Raat ho jati hai, Arjun is not able to distribute the whole mountain of gold. Krishna says, no problem. Next day he calls Karna. And he says, Karna, please give in charity this mountain of gold. What did Karna do? Took some water. Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. He told the villagers, please accept this mountain of gold, right? And he went away. He had no trace of, I am so great, I am donating so much. Hai na? So that is what Krishna was trying to teach Arjun. Ki when you're donating, do it not with aham mameti wala bhav. This is mine and I am giving so much. No. God has been so kind, He's put so much in my possession, and so I'd like to share this with people who need it. Okay, so that is how dan has to be done. And also keep in mind कि don't just do material charity. खाना, पीना, पैसा, ये सब तो हम देते ही हैं. But please remember, all of this is temporary. So if you can, try and do spiritual charity. Spiritual charity. Take your friends for darshan. Tell your friends about chanting. Spread the knowledge that you have. Distribute books. Right? Give prasad. Cook food in your house, offer it to God, and then give it to your friends. When you invite people over for khana, please offer the food and then feed them. So you're actually giving them prasad. Right? So dan, start thinking of spiritual dan. See, we're all raised in India. So birthday ho, anniversary ho, bachche ka birthday ho, we're all raised, anathalay mein gaye, blind school mein gaye, old age home mein gaye. We all do this. Dan we do. Some of us do it with pride, some of us do it with humility. That, of course, let's focus and do with humility, with gratitude. But let's also now start focusing on spiritual charity. That does not mean going and giving donation in a temple. That is very good. Please contribute to the temple so that we would have these wonderful places that will help us align our mind. Right? We must contribute to temples because mandir, it is a place where I can go and my man can get some thridata. Right? But spiritual charity means आगे वाले का spirit को उठाओ. उसकी material body को तो हमने बहुत सारा कुछ पहना दिया, खिला दिया, सब कुछ कर लिया. लेकिन अब uplift his spirit. Okay? The next item, dan. No, that we did dan. Dhamma. Dhamma. We've done this even before. Control of the senses. Dhamma. At our level, it is going to the mall and only buying what we originally went for. Right? Not buying 5 other things that we did not need. In our case, Dhamma, control of the senses, is dheere dheere giving up chai coffee, giving up meat, giving up drinking, illicit sex out the question. All of this, please remember, is recommended so that we can get control over our senses. That is our level. Scriptures, and I'd like to share this, scriptures talk about Haridas Thakur, Nam Acharya Haridas Thakur. Very, very great devotee of the Lord who was constantly engaged in chanting the holy name. Right? Everybody respected him. But then, all good people have somebody who's envious, right? So there was one guy in the village who really wanted to test him. Is it really possible that this chap has complete control over his senses? So what does he do? He sends a prostitute to Haridas Thakur's house. Right? The beauty of saints is that saints don't get offended. They don't get angry. They don't feel insult. Nothing. These beautiful people, they see the divine in everyone. So Haridas Thakur, when the prostitute came to his house, he very politely welcomed her and he said, look, please wait till I finish chanting. And once I'm done, I will fulfill whatever your request is. Okay? He said that, he made her sit comfortably and he started chanting. He's chanting and he's chanting and he's chanting. The prostitute is sitting next to him. It is a choti si kutiya. But he did not get disturbed at all. He just chanted and chanted and that poor lady fell asleep. When she awoke, she was so embarrassed. But he smiled and said, no problem, no problem. You go now. You come back again tomorrow. Right? She did that. She came back. Again, she sat next to him. He was not disturbed. He said, bhai, mera chanting hone de, fir tujhe jo chahiye main kar lunga. He was chanting. She fell asleep. Raat nikal gayi. Right? Now this continued for a week. In a week's time, that prostitute fell at Haridas Thakur's feet and begged for forgiveness. And soon, she was an accomplished devotee. So if our senses are strong, the lesson here is कि उसकी वजह से मेरा control नहीं हो रहा. I have this very sweet friend, and she says, Varsha, I really want to give up non-veg, but I'll give it up when my husband gives it up. I'm like, somebody has to start. We are using husband as an excuse, right? Cook for him if required, but you should have enough control कि you are happy eating your bhindi and chapati. Right? So this is a lesson for us. If we have control over our senses, then husband, children, family, friends can do whatever they want to do. You can be amidst all of them, right? And still be happy. Haridas Thakur was not disturbed when the prostitute went there. He was happy because his center was very strong. His sattva was very shuddha. Right? And that is what we need to work on. Okay? Next is yajna. Sacrifice. So we've spoken about Pancha Mahayajna. Right? We've spoken about because we are full of material attachments in this material world, it is recommended that we do Pancha Yajna. Offer worship to the devas, the different devatas, because they are, looking after this whole administration of this universe. Then do yajna for your pitars, right? Your forefathers. Offer pinda, offer water. Then bhuta yajna. Gai ki roti, kutte ki roti, right? So offer to animals and birds. Manushya yajna. Atithi devo bhava. So worship your fellow humans. Give them whatever they need. And lastly, Brahma yajna. Whatever knowledge you have, share with others. Right? Study for your own benefit and share that knowledge for others. So these 5 yajnas are anyways recommended. Okay? Because these yajnas, they will gradually purify us. Right? Dheere dheere we'll start realizing that all the devatas that I'm praying to, right, they're all branches. of the same tree. So I need to water the root, which is Vishnu. Right? My forefathers, I'm very grateful that because of them, I'm in this particular family. Because of their accumulation of pious credits, I have some pious credits today, and therefore I'm able to start my journey, my spiritual journey. Right? I thank Gai, Kutta, all the animals around me because they make life possible. I thank people around me because they perform different kinds of services which make my life comfortable. Right? And then I study the scriptures for my own purification. So I have to do all of this, but dheere dheere we have to realize that in today's day and age, we cannot do large yajnas. Yajnas are expensive. Yajnas need some specific mantra chanting. They need specific samagri, right? And we can't get all of that. So we should do what Krishna tells us in the 10th chapter. Anyone remembers? What does he say in the 10th chapter? Yajnanam japa yajñosmi. Of all the yajnas, of all sacrifices, I am japa yajna, chanting of the holy names. Right? So it is the best sacrifice recommended in this age. It is Sankirtan Yajna. Get together in groups, do Kirtan, Sankirtan Yajna. Easy, inexpensive, 100% effect. If you guys went and watched that movie, Jnaneshwaranchi Muktai, I highly recommend if you haven't watched it, go watch it. But in that movie, it is so beautiful. You will see that every time Jnaneshwar starts chanting an abhang, okay, Vitthal is part of it. Vitthal appears immediately, okay, and because every time he is doing abhang, Vitthal is witness, Vitthal is part of that Sankirtan. You will see in the end, when Jnaneshwar goes to take samadhi, at that time, एक हाथ विट्ठल ने पकड़ा है और दूसरा हाथ गुरु ने पकड़ा है. I'm telling you, when you watch that movie, in the end, you will have tears saying, Bhagwan, let my end be like this. One hand let God hold and the other hand let Guru hold. I'm not kidding, mere rongte khade ho rahe. Go enjoy that movie for sure. Right? That movie also tells us we don't need anything complicated. Simply sing God's name. Naam Namakari Bahudha. So many names He has given us. Right? Sing His names. Sing with a pure heart. And He will 100% be present. Okay? So, next one. Swadhyay. 7th point over there. Swa Adhyay. We did Jnana Yoga Vyavasthitihi. That is, we listened to seniors. Right? Then, once we've listened, Swa Adhyay. Self-study. बच्चा सिर्फ स्कूल जाके सुनता नहीं है ना, घर आके होमवर्क करता है. Right? So put in some effort and study on your own. Engage your mind in the study of everything that you've heard. Okay? Swadhyay. So some people are blessed to do elaborate study. Right? We may not be able to do it. But for us, luckily, you remember in school, some children studied the whole textbook. And some just took that Navneet guide and passed the exam. We are very, very lucky because ISKCON made a lot of these senior devotees have given us Navneet guide. And there's one that I follow very aggressively, Gaurang Darshan Das Prabhuji. He's literally made Navneet guide equivalent of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Ishopanishad, Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instruction. Har ek ka simple to understand Navneet guide jaise hai na, he's made Subodhinis. Right? So when we have seniors who are so kind to us, we must take advantage. Right? So Vedic study zarur karna hai. Does not have to be complex. Do it in a way that you understand. Okay? So Swadhyay. After that, Tapa. Tapa. We all know that when Brahmaji came out on that beautiful lotus, right, he looked all around and he couldn't see anything. He just saw water everywhere. Right? And he's wondering, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to do? But what is the word that he hears? Tap, 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 tap. So tap, without austerity, you cannot achieve anything. What is tapa? Voluntarily मैं hardship accept करूंगी. Voluntarily, मेरे पास खाना है लेकिन मैं उपवास करूंगी. Right? So voluntarily, I have enough, but voluntarily I will say कि no, today I want to accept some hardship because I want to purify my body, I want to purify my senses, I want to purify my speech. Right? Chanting of the Bhagavad Gita, it's an austerity. It's not easy 2-2.5 घंटा बैठ के तुम continuously भगवद गीता का पठन कर रहे हो. But you accept this austerity because you want to purify your speech. You want to purify your man. Right? So, tapasya is essential. See, understand that our man, buddhi, ahankar are such that the more we pamper them, the more pleasure it wants. But if we do austerity, if we restrain them, then and then only we can discipline them. Otherwise, we cannot discipline. Don't think, अच्छा ठीक है ना यार, I'm young now, so let me go and do lots of मजा, बुढ़ापे में सब हो जाएगा. नहीं होगा. Right? Because that is what you've trained your body. Guys, for you and me, unfortunately, we're living in a time where we just witnessed what happened on 22nd April. Right? We just witnessed the horror of terror. We just witnessed that we don't know when that last moment is coming. Right? मस्त छुट्टी मनाने गए थे and religion के नाम पे मरे. Right? We are witness to this most unfortunate event of our times. So please remember, none of us know when the last minute is coming. Accept austerity now. Do whatever purification you can now, because we don't know how many tomorrows we have. Right? Without tapasya, without austerity, we cannot progress in our spiritual journey. Right? पर इतना भी है कि थोड़ी सी तपस्या कर लो and you'll get the greatest benefit. Remember second chapter, नेहा विक्रम नाशोस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमप्यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्. थोड़ा सा धर्म का कार्य कर लो. ध्रुव महाराज, छोटे से बच्चे 6 महीने तपस्या की, विष्णु आके खुद दर्शन दे गए. Right? So we do this much, God's reciprocation is that much. और उसके लिए this much तपस्या is जरूरी. Okay? Now guys, we are in the 16th chapter. So I'm expecting कि all of us are fasting for Ekadashi. And जो बहुत सालों से कर रहे हैं, I'm expecting कि आप खा पी के नहीं, आप fruits और water पे करो. Right? धीरे धीरे अपनी तपस्या बढ़ाओ. Don't be on one mal after 4 years. No. Move. Gradually push yourself. 2 माल हो गया, 4 माल हो गया, 8 माल हो गया. Push yourself to that beautiful number 16. Right? If you want God's reciprocation, इतना सा तो करना पड़ेगा. Right? Alright. So, tapa. Next, the 9th point. Arjavam. The last word of this verse. Arjavam. Arjavam means simple रहना. Okay, be simple, be straightforward. Right? Simplicity in speech, simplicity in behavior, simple living, high thinking. है ना? Don't get caught up in the shosha of the world. Don't. It is just not worth it. तुम कितना भी करोगे कभी बस नहीं होगा. So be simple. A very interesting episode. It does not come in Ved Vyas wala Mahabharat, but it comes in the other versions of the Mahabharat. It is said that Sahadev, the youngest father, Pandav, Nakul Sahadev wala Sahadev, he was an excellent astrologer. Okay? अब war शुरू होने वाला था. Duryodhan is very chatur. Duryodhan knows कि Sahadev has this quality of Arjavam. बड़ा straightforward सा बच्चा है. So what does Duryodhan do? He says, he goes to Sahadev and he says कि भाई, तू मुझे बता दे कि which muhurat is best for us to start the war so that we, the Kauravs, will win the war. है ना? So even in that moment, Sahadev did not do any gadbad. आया है कोई मुझसे मेरी विद्या से कुछ सीखने के लिए. So सीधा साधा, he actually looked at the panchang And he told Duryodhan ki bhai, you start on this particular day and you will win. But remember, when you are Siddha Sadha, when you have the quality of Arjava, he takes care. Right? He knows what to do. So don't worry कि मैं सीधा साधा हूं तो सारा जो अधर्मी है वो मुझ पे राज करेगा. No, Krishna is by your side. He will always look after you. So Arjavam, be simple, be straightforward. Okay? Do we have any doubts in these 9 qualities? No, pretty straightforward. Alright, so we'll continue to the next verse. Please repeat after me. Ahimsa satyam akrodhas tyagah shantir apaishunam daya bhuteshvaloluptvam mardavam rhir achapalam. Okay, now let's look at the qualities. Okay, we finished 9. Now let's look at the remaining from this verse. Ahimsa. Fundamentally, do not hurt anybody. Non-violence. First thing, don't eat meat. Every creature has taken birth according to his karma. Don't stop his life midway. Right? Then of course, don't hurt anybody, not just physically, also mentally. Be aware of the words that you use, the tone that you use. Don't insult people. Don't be rude. Right? Our words, our actions, our thoughts, they could completely destroy another person's confidence. Right? So please ensure that we're conscious of how we talk to people. So do not hurt anybody is ahimsa. Satyam, truthfulness. Okay? Be as honest as you possibly can. Vasudev, कंस ने बोला भाई सारे बच्चे मुझे दे देना. है ना, बच्चा पैदा हुआ, ले गए कंस के पास. Right? So be honest like that. Be honest like Vidur. He was thrown out of the assembly and still he goes back to Dhritarashtra. And he says, भाई आप छोड़ ये राजमहल, चल मेरे साथ जंगल में, meditate on the Lord and live your life. Right? Of course, everybody will always say, oh, but Yudhishthir was not honest. Yudhishthir was 100% honest. Right? 100% honest. God told him. And when God does a few things, please understand, now we've reached a point where we should not question. This is called Sukshma Dharma. Please understand. Things like, why did Krishna tell Yudhishthir to lie? Why did Krishna make it appear like the sun has set? Why did Ramji leave his wife in exile? Please understand, there are so many reasons behind this, which apni abhi औकात नहीं है समझने की. So this is called Sukshma Dharma. It is definitely Dharma. It is Dharma beyond my own understanding at this point. Okay? So, Satyam, truthfulness. Please be honest. Please be truthful. Don't mince your words. Okay? It's a very important quality of a devotee. Then, Akrodho. Akrodha. Krodha is anger. Don't use anger as your tool. है ना? Stop getting angry. अब बहुत हो गया. जब भी गुस्सा आएगा, chant. Quietly in your mind or loudly. है ना? सामने वाला बहुत परेशान करना है, जोर जोर से महामंत्र chanting शुरू करो. You have to decide to yourself कि I will not be provoked. Right? The material world is such that everything is going to provoke me. This material world is designed to provoke me. This material world is designed to bring out the worst of me. So then where is my strength? What is Dhamma? I have to have control. God has to see that I understand that I am stronger than my senses. I am stronger than my mind. I am stronger than my buddhi. I am stronger than my ahankar. When I, the soul, the Atma, when I am stronger, when my spiritual understanding is stronger, only then will I be able to subdue Kama, Krodha, Mada, Moha. है ना? So, Krodha. Control your anger. When Shringi cursed Parikshit Maharaj, कि now you're going to die in 7 days. Parikshit Maharaj could have easily counter-cursed. He stopped back. He thought, what did I do? This is fit punishment. This is God's indication कि now I need to drop everything and perfect my life in these 7 days that are left. So please remember, akrodho. When Haridas Thakur was beaten at all the city centers, right? He had no anger. What did Jesus Christ say? Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Akrodho. Right? Alright. Check your anger. Next. Tyaga. Renunciation. Okay? The entire material energy belongs to God. It is meant for His pleasure. This world is not meant for me to hold. It is meant for me to use in God's service. Okay? So understand the meaning of renunciation. Renunciation does not mean कि मैं घर बार छोड़ के कहीं चली जाऊं. No. Renunciation, actually you should write this down. Renunciation means anukulasya sankalpa pratikulasya varjanam. Whatever is anukul, is beneficial for my spiritual journey, I will accept that. Right? But whatever is pratikul, whatever is taking me away from my spiritual journey, I will renounce that. Okay? So if a fancy gadi, a fancy house, my fancy diamonds are not getting in the way of my spiritual journey, then there's nothing wrong in accepting them. Right? In fact, I always say, people who are opulent, right? And yet devotees, they make the best examples. कि भाई देखो इसके पास इतना सारा है और ये फिर भी भगवान को इतना मानती है. So they become exemplary in our material lives. Right? We look up to them. Ki she's so well educated, she speaks so well, she has so much wealth, right? And yet she is so humble. So renunciation does not mean कि अपना सारा पैसा त्याग वाग के कहीं छोटे से कुटिया में जाके रहो. No. Your role in God's scheme of things is to attract people to spirituality. Do it. So please remember, renunciation means anukulasya sankalpa pratikulasya varjanam. If there are people or things or situations that are coming in the way of my spiritual life, those I should tyago. Right? But I don't have to tyago anything that is helping me grow or is attracting other people to grow. Right? So it is not about giving up my riches. It is about how I use my riches. So always remember, renunciation does not mean leaving everything and going away. It is using everything without a selfish mentality. Okay? All the Raja Rishis, Amrish Maharaj, Janak Maharaj, they were Rajas. Right? They did not leave their kingdom and become Rishis. No. They were Raja Rishi. While they were Rajas, they remained like Rishis. So they performed all their Kshatriya Dharma, but in behavior and in knowledge, they were like Rishis. Okay? So that is renunciation, Tyaga. Then Shantir. Next quality, Shanti. Peacefulness. Okay? Dhamma is controlling your external senses. Shanti is controlling yourself internally. Inner equilibrium. Situations around me can be disturbing. How do I maintain my equilibrium? I understand this is very, very hard. Very easy to talk about. Very hard to practice. But if you have the holy name in your pocket, it is not hard. Right? एक काउंटर, एक माल, एक भगवान का नाम अगर साथ रहे, तो it helps us in controlling our inner selves. Ability to master the mind, control the mind. Right? When our buddhi is stronger than our man, it is Shanti. When your man, with its hajar emotions, takes you everywhere else, it is Ashanti. When your buddhi says, कि मन जो तुम सोचो बकवास है, right? When buddhi is stronger than man, we experience Shanti. Please remember, we always pray, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. I want Shanti from Adi Daivik, Shanti from Adi Bhautik, Shanti from Adhyatmik Klesh. as human beings in this material world, we are all exposed to three kinds of kleshas, three kinds of miseries. And that shanti, shanti, shanti is when I'm praying for freedom from these three kleshas. Okay? So that is shanti. Then, how many do we have left? Not much. Let's quickly finish this. Apaishunam. Apaishunam, very, very important for us women. Do not find fault in others. Do not focus on other people's faults. Don't talk behind somebody's back. Don't gossip. Right? Don't criticize other people. Right? Because when we do that, our own mind is getting contaminated. Right? So, apaishunam means please do not focus on the faults of other people. Apaishunam. Okay? Gossip, cancel kar do life se. Then, daya bhuteshvu. Have daya. Have compassion towards all the bhutas around you, all living entities around you. When others are suffering, have compassion in your heart. Help whoever you can. That is daya bhuteshvu. Right? Be kind to your staff. Be kind to pets. Be kind to non-pets, animals around. Right? Be kind to people around you. Have compassion in your heart. That is daya bhuteshvu. Aloluptvam. Loluptvam is greed. Aloluptvam is no greed. Freedom from greed. What is greed? When I want to accumulate more than what I need. That is greed. All of us in this current world, एक घर हो गया, दूसरा घर हो गया, थर्ड फार्म हाउस हो गया, फोर्थ रेंटल इनकम के लिए हो गया, बस ना भाई, है ना? So freedom from this greed is aloluptvam. When I'm free from lust, free from this whole I want, it is called aloluptvam. It means I'm now completely satisfied. Even with food, please focus. This is not on the big items of my life. Okay, I have 4 diamonds and I want one more. Don't go over there. Food. खाने में क्या है? यही भाजी क्यों है? ये रायता क्यों नहीं बना? ये salad. It's greed. जो है, thank you. We're all too old now to be stuck in food, to be stuck in clothes, to be stuck in jewelry. Right? So, aloluptvam is freedom from everything that is material and that is taking away your energy, taking away your mind space. So free yourself from that. Then mardavam, gentleness. Be kind, be sensitive. Very simple. Be kind, be sensitive. Re. I want to spend 1 minute on re. Such an amazing quality. We've never heard it before. Re is lajja. Okay? Re is such an interesting quality. Sometimes we go out. Okay? We are very, very tempted to do something that we know is wrong. Okay? We are very tempted. But we don't do it. Because in our mind we think, यार अगर मम्मा को पता चला ना तो मम्मा को कैसे लगेगा? अगर गुरु को पता चल गया तो गुरु को क्या लगेगा? What will my dad think? What will my kids think? So this sense of guilt in doing things which are wrong, right? I know my intelligence tells me, my scripture study tells me, my society ka place tells me ki this is wrong. So when that inner conscience is very loud, when that force stops us from doing something that is wrong in spite of being tempted, that is re. Okay? Please remember re. And I think in older times, right, when we didn't talk so much about women's liberation, we will wear what we want, we will talk the way we want, we will go where we want. Re was a very beautiful quality. However modern we become, again, please remember, I'm not against modernization. I'm very, very forward in my thinking. But we need to hold on to our value system. Because that value system gives us re. Our knowledge tells us, ye galat hai, ye mat karo. Right? So that loud voice of our conscience is called re. A sense of shame in a very positive protective way. Okay? And the last one, achapalam. Chapal man hota hai, right? Very, very quickly it gets angry, it gets frustrated. Achapalam. Become determined. Don't get agitated easily. Don't get frustrated easily. Right? Like Prabhupada. He worked tirelessly for 40 years all alone. And that is why today we have this treasure in our hands. Right? With that, Granth Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. I pray that all of us dheere dheere start encompassing these beautiful divine qualities. Thank you all for joining.